Drew considers running for Congress. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If General Hospital at the warehouse, Jason finds Anna waiting in his office. He assumes she talked to Carly. Anna rants that Carly could blow up this entire operation and get herself sent to prison. She tells him that Carly told Brennan that Cates is investigating him and Pikeman. Anna believes the next logical step is for Brennan to reach out to whoever is running Pikeman, and they can use Carly's mistake to their advantage. She feels Valentin is also an option to find out more about Pikeman as he's involved with them. She wonders if they should tell Cates what they are doing, but Jason would rather not, and she agrees. After Anna leaves, Danny shows up to see his father and hopes he doesn't tell him to leave. Jason says he shouldn't be in this neighborhood as it's dangerous. He explains Yuri drove him and is outside, and nobody will mess with him. He says he's here because Grandma Monica has a message for him. He notes she still has pneumonia, but should be backing up by summer. He tells his dad that Grandma Monica wants Jason to represent her at Brooklyn's wedding. He knows his dad doesn't like dressing up, but Monica says it will only be for a few hours. Jason says he will go. He can't argue with Monica. He says he'll give him a ride back to the mansion. Anna arrives to join Valentin for dinner. She apologizes for keeping him waiting. He says her work is important and asks how it's going. She says there are rumblings that the Heather Weber case may be reopened, and she's worried about Sonny relating against his former employee Dex, who is becoming a cop. Valentin asks why Dex would risk Sonny's wrath by becoming a cop. She explains she suggested it to him as protection from Sonny, but now he's being driven to redeem himself. Anna turns the subject to Valentin, their history, and his redemption. He says Charlotte has made him a better person, but you can never fully close the door on one's past. After dinner, he asks her to join him in a nightcap, and she says maybe next time. He's glad there will be a next time and offers to cook dinner for her at his place. In Drew's office, he and Jordan discuss the riverfront revitalization project. He shows her the first draft of plans he came up with. She says it's not big enough, and this proposal may not get off the ground with the funders in DC if it's not perfect. She feels they should scrap the parking lot and connect the light rail to the old track along the riverfront, making it a transportation project as well, which means grants will pour in. Jordan also thinks they should turn the harbor into a ferry port with quick transportation to Canada, making Port Charles a major destination hub. He says she's brilliant and they should celebrate. The congressman arrives and asks what they are celebrating. He wasn't expecting to see Jordan today, and she says she was just heading out, but congratulates him on the new project. Jordan takes off, and the congressman tells Drew he didn't come to talk about the project. He asks why he should get in bed with a convicted criminal. The congressman has done his research on him and asks why he didn't think he would find out. Drew insists he wasn't going to keep this from him, but he knew if he led with his conviction, the congressman wouldn't have considered this project. He says if his name is a problem, then he'll hand the project over to his nephew Michael. He believes in this project and wants to better Port Charles as his daughter is growing up here. The congressman tells Drew, "Fun fact, you can be convicted of a federal offense and still serve in the House of Representatives." He wants to leave his seat to someone worthy, someone like him. Drew doesn't think he has the pedigree for politics. The congressman says politics isn't for the faint of heart, and his being rich doesn't hurt as it means he won't have to bow down to the lobbyist. Drew doubts people will vote for a criminal. The congressman says everyone loves a comeback story, and he is a cowboy hero in a way. However, he'll need more than a feel-good story, he'll need his backing. He says if he endorses Drew, his party will fall in line. Drew is flattered but never considered a career in politics. The congressman tells him to consider it as he could do great things. He also might want to change his name to Quartermain. Nina surprises Ava at the gallery and says, "Spare a few moments for a friend." Ava says the gallery is closed. Nina says she still hasn't told Sonny how she manipulated her into selling her the Metro Court, so she should be thankful to her. She also wants to know why she lobbied one of Crimson's assistant editors to mention an artist coming to Port Charles that her gallery is hosting. Ava feels the artist deserves to be recognized. Nina tells Ava not to go behind her back and to come to her first. Ava says she was looking out for the artist and thought Nina would cancel the mention if she knew about it. Nina says she was right to worry, as stealing Sonny from her deserves payback. Ava tells Nina, there she goes again, blaming others when she ruined her relationship with Sonny all on her own. Nina says she's accepted she and Sonny are over for good. Ava doesn't think she's really accepted it. Nina says she's grown and evolved, but Ava doesn't see any evidence of her changing. Nina says she's not a saint, but she's trying to be better. She reminds Ava that she tried to change once, and she could have had something real with Nicholas, but he was sent to prison. Ava admits that is true and she just went to see him. Nina cuts her off and doesn't care to hear her problems, saying their friendship is over, and she hopes taking Sonny from her was worth it. Kate arrives, wondering if he's interrupting something. Ava says Nina was leaving. Nina departs, and Ava says it's been a long day, so can this wait until tomorrow? He says it can't, and he's here about Sonny. He wants to know if anyone has made Sonny any business offers lately. She says he doesn't talk about his business with her. Kate finds that hard to believe as she was once in the Jerome organization, and she lives with him. He asks what her endgame is she in love with Sonny, or is she looking to take over his organization? She says her only interest is co-parenting their daughter. Kate tells her that Sonny is a person of interest to the FBI, and now so is she, so if she feels she's being watched, she is. Ava thinks he's bluffing, but he reveals he already has a tail on her. He relays all her activities for the day from a notepad. She calls him a bastard and orders him to stay the hell away from her. Kate says he's been tasked with finding out why Sonny's been targeted, so he'll use all the resources available to him to solve this case. At Finn's place, Alexis reads her statement to Gregory, who is distracted by photos from the rehearsal dinner he's been texted. He shares them with her, but then says they should get back on track with her proposal. He knows Finn asked her to babysit him tonight. She says he did not. This was her idea. She admits Finn is worried about him, but he is her friend, and she does want his help. She explains Finn wants him to be okay, and he doesn't want to waste any of their time left being at odds with one another. Gregory guesses he told her that he lost his temper and threw Finn's tryst with Jackie in his face. He was frustrated and just wanted to be alone for a few hours, and he took a cheap shot at Finn. He regrets what he said. Alexis says he is under a lot of pressure, so cut himself some slack. She tells him how when Christina came out to her that she wasn't exactly supportive. She was afraid of how much harder her life would be, and of all the bad things could happen to her that she couldn't protect her little girl from. It was one of her worst moments as a mother, but she learned from her mistake. She apologized to Christina and explained herself, and Christina accepted her apology. Gregory still doesn't think an apology alone will do. He was shocked by what he said to Finn, and he thought he was over the hurt of what happened between Finn and Jackie. He's blindsided that he's still holding on to this resentment. Alexis says he should talk to Finn, acknowledge what happened, and move on. She says all that matters is they love one another. Gregory says she makes a good case, so now she needs to give him her opening statement and convince him why she should be reinstated. Alexis reads her argument to him, and he tells her it could use some streamlining, and that she's restated her argument too many times. He believes she has all the necessary things to triumph tomorrow except one. He gives her his good luck medal, which he won in a 7th grade debate. He says he has had this for every good moment in his life, and he is giving it to her to give her the luck. She gives him a kiss.